Alright, so mm, that's fine. And just get this thing going. I need a I don't know if I like that one. That could probably work. Continue without polying for now, but I need to bookmark that just in case. Alright, that was easy enough. Let's drop that down. And let's, should be open now, right? Nope, maybe not. Let's go ahead and restart that now though. Waiting for Unity to open, and there it is. Okay, so let's go ahead and bring those assets in. Just bring that whole thing into the assets folder. And waiting on that. So Windows Package Manager. Let's get the Unity registry. and input system. It's already in there. Perfect. And then we can, the assets folder. An assets window. I think I got the input system already in there. Right? I think so. Should be input actions, player control. There we go. Name that to keyboard. Set all of these. All right. And for aim, we're going to do right stick. Should be something now. Hopefully that's better. At least it's saying that that's, yeah. Apparently the mic just decided to cut itself off. So, how's it going? I'm in here just trying to reteach myself some Unity. They've got some new stuff up here, but also just trying to um, make up something for my students tomorrow. What are you up to tonight? Let's see. University of Baltimore. teach the game design. One of the game design courses, we're doing AI for game development. So nice. Kind of game you working on? Why is this not? Here we go. Oh, so 2D. Oh my goodness. Left. Should be left keyboard. No, not left system. Oh, Unity just messed up for not being clear on this one. Oh, wow. You have your stuff up? I'd love to take a look at it sometime. Device rotation, primary action. There we go. Keyboard. Geez, keyboard, down arrow. Maybe now. Let's see. That should be. There we go. That's doing something. All right. Well, I appreciate you because I definitely wouldn't have known that it wasn't on. And it looks like the battery on this thing died, is what's happening, which it had only been on for like a half an hour. So guess I need to ask DJI for a replacement before they get banned. All right, so we're done with that. Let's head back over and we need the shoot. So and do R1. Let's see, holding. I think R2 is what I want. And for shooting, I guess it's going to be the space bar for oh good input. Okay, save. All right, because that made a lot of sense. All right. So we'll do the gamepad. We're going to do a right shoulder button. Actually, right trigger. And then we'll do another one for another add binding. And use keyboard. This in the space bar. I'd probably be on until I get something that I can upload to itch.io. Just basically wanted to put something up there. Um, Figured I've always wanted to make a dual stick shooter, so I'm just gonna pop in and do that. Just downloaded some assets. Figure it'll take an hour or two, so maybe probably until midnight here on the East Coast. Feel free to drop back in and check in. What in the world? Oh, let's go ahead and get rid of that no binding. All right, there we go. And get rid of that no binding. And let me do a follow back while I'm here. Here we go. All right, and back to instructions. Top of the player controls, let's do generate C# class. Because again, this is all brand new to me. This wasn't how Unity did it last time. It was doing things in, what is it, 2023? Controls. You're saving the asset. And something about generating a C# class, but I don't see that up here. Got the player, we got the action. Yeah, I'll be. Oh shoot. That didn't go away like it was supposed to. There we go. And did the save asset. Control schemes. It's saying that you should be able to generate a C# class. Top of the player controls editor. That ain't up there anywhere. Let's look at the. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Slow. There we go. Definitely don't want that though. Let's go ahead and do this. Folder. That gets out of control. Let's also do one for prefabs. And drop this in here. We've got these player controls, which, here we go, player controls goes into the scripts. And I'll probably update the input controls and put them in here. These two and drop them in. Well, I appreciate you. All right. So now, moving on, let's create some assets, and player sprites are going to be in the artwork. We're going to oh, that's good. It's already broken down. So which one of these is going to be our hero character? Probably this guy. Um, all right. Let's give it a rigid body 2D. We'll give it a how long will you be up? Give this gravity scale to 0. We're going to adjust circle collider and let's drag you over here so we can see you, and adjust this collider so that it's just smaller than the all right. And collision detection to continuous. Oh, collision detection continuous. Freeze rotation on Z because we don't want him flipping over. And now says set actions to your player script. What do we have going on here? Oh. You're saying that it can't but this component links to our player actions. Okay, so let's go back here. There we go. And input action system. So we grab that input control for the player controls and boom. Too easy. Let's set the behavior to invoke Unity events. At the top of the inspector, set the players tag to player. Now we need a bullet sprite, but probably do you one better. Wait a minute, hold on. Let's all right, next thing is next thing we have is the bullets. So what we'll do is we will create a new 2D object, circle. Let's turn off those things. I want to turn off the view of the player input. Yeah, this is fun. Trying to figure out where everything moved everything to, because you used to be able to just come in here and yeah, we don't need to fade that. We just need to it's almost like it doesn't have a gizmo, even though it's showing a gizmo. There we go. Click on that. Just don't necessarily need to see that all the time. And now make sure our is the right size for this gun. Rename that to bullet. I need to make that into a prefab. Set the gravity scale. To 0. Circle collider 2D and give it a radius. Doesn't seem right. Oh, because I'm looking at the wrong one. There we go. Just that, so it's just outside. Doesn't need to be an offset though. Alright. Change that to an edge trigger, but it doesn't need a, I don't think we need to add a, I think we will need to add, because I want to make sure that player projectiles is okay. Now let's go back, give it the player projectile, and now it needs something to be the enemy sprite. Let's see in that any of these will have something that's worth it. Most of those are all tile maps. What's in this animation folder? I don't think there's anything worth it in here. No, that's for an animation project I did way back in the day. Let's go ahead and go to this. The sprite sheet. Here's the zombie. Zombie is the green one. So let's see what that looks like on the spreadsheet. That's you here. Actually, let's do you without a gun first. Oh, and let me go back to the bullet. Let's make sure we update the bullet. And that should be updated in the prefabs. It is not updated. Let's update it. There we go. Now it's updated. And so this is a player. Rename. And this is going to be our enemy. And now, give it a rigid body 2D. Set the gravity to 0 and let's give it a circle collider as well. We'll edit that circle collider. And just bring that inside, at least inside that red bubble there. And now we will give him an enemy tag. Alright, and of course add him to the prefabs folder. And we can delete the bullet out of the scene. Alright. Alright, so now we need to do the let's do the player. Well, player controller is made. We made the scripts for the players controls, but we need a player controller. What? No, that wasn't what I thought it was open. I thought I opened the player controller. I can go away. Oh, because I never named it. Alright. That's what we want. Now, I believe I need the using Unity Engine input system. Jeez, I might want to have my hands on the keyboard, right? Public class, it's going to be player controller. Then I think we're going to do awake instead of start. Kill that. And I know we're going to need private vector 2 look direction or aim direction. I was calling it aim earlier, so let's make sure that matches. All right. And once we go from there, do serialized data, right? Serialized field. Because I don't like to keep my stuff super public. So let's do serialized feed, yeah, move speed. Yeah, that's we need a rigid body. We need our fire point transform. And need the projectile. That works. And the bullet speed. Okay, so when this turns on, we need to initialize the controls. Oh, hey. And oops. the rigid body, we want to get component rigid body 2D, and then clear move performed. Move direction, the context, read value. Yep, that all seems about right. I'm trying to do this without using that, but that is all the stuff I need to put in next. Controls, not move. That's all. It all seems relatively. I really don't like all this autocomplete. Like, can we stop that? Okay, maybe that'll stop that nonsense. Okay. So I need cancel, and then I need aiming. It's still popping in there. Let's see. I don't want this to keep happening. How do I turn that nonsense off? I'm gonna actually remember how to do this stuff, not just be given the damn answers the whole time. Let's see. Is it in this? Is it this? Oh, I'm not even signed into that. Is it Copilot that's taking over? Let's see. No, because that's all chat. Like, if I want to reach out to it, that's fine. But this autocomplete nonsense is, I can't do this. Um, okay, maybe that'll cut it off. Jesus. Let me ask somebody. Why is that big? Come on. I'm not blind. All right. Hopefully that stopped that nonsense now. Maybe. Yes. Okay. Hallelujah. All right. So now for aiming, I want to player aim. That's what I called it. Formed equals context equals aim direction, and that equals context read value, vector 2. All right, and then do the same thing for cancel. Equals it's not context, that'd be the same. Vector 2, 0. And then shooting. Probably gonna go to toggling shooting, but player.shoot, and that's performed plus equals context equals shoot. You know what? I probably am not importing everything I need to import, because that should be coming off of, oh yeah, that should be coming off player shoot. And that's what I had it in over here. Input controls, player controls, which, yeah, that's shoot, that's aim, that's move. So that should be good. I think it's just mad at me because it wants to be mad at me. Let's do the fixed update instead of an update. And we'll do RB velocity. Oh, shit, because RB is, yeah, that should be, it's not going to be linear velocity. It's probably linear velocity. Just everything keeps changing. Move direction x times movement speed, move direction times move speed. And then only rotate if the function is being used. We want to put the angle equals math f tan direction y direction x, and both of them will be times math f and then it just needs to be applied. And now we can give that an actual thing. So and we want to create a projectile. I called it a bullet though. And that equals instantiate bullet prefab. Fire point would be from the position. Fire point rotation. I'm gonna have to change that though because I need to, that's gonna make it come from the center. I needed a point, so I'll give it a, I think I'm gonna need a, oh no, that's gonna be that, the fire point is that, but it doesn't need to be a transform, it needs to be a, well, it can be a transform. I just need to give it the field. So let's not make that. Let's make it a, what is that? Because I'm doing it as a transform and the offset there, but I want to make it so that here, let's create a new game object, empty game object. And this is going to be player fire point. And we're going to move that here, move that here. Give it a little Star Wars. We want to give it a little Star Wars green chevron. That chevron is way too big. Oh, okay. Excuse me. Can I change that to something smaller? Like, gee whiz. That's fine. let's put that on the player. And now the player has a fire point that's on it. And so I can either always get the fire point, or I can I think I can do that. I think I could still be able to do that. Um, Transform for the fire point during the awake. Let's take that game object. And then yeah, so it's not gonna be components. Yeah, so I want to get component, but I want to get it by I want to get component of specified type, which is just a game object. Get component in children, my component. Um, the component I want is a transform, but I don't want it from all the child components. I just want it from okay. Hey, home, both of y'all, go home. Home, 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 home. Bella, go home. Bella. To casa. I think this is what I want to do. transform equals transform find. Yeah, I don't like that. I really don't like that. I want to. Yeah, that's terrible. Yeah, that's yeah, that's what I want to do. Okay, put that up there real quick because what I want to do is not get component in children, but instead transform dot find, and I called that the player fire point, and that's going to be dot get component. Because that should be because the transform should be the position, rotation, and scale of an object. And yeah, so I just want to get that because that's gonna, yeah, that should give me, let me get transform of empty object, empty child object. That should be right? Okay. Yeah, so I need to do a check in here. And basically I need to do the check just to make sure if it's a null. Okay, remove the space, streamboo.com. Okay, I guess that works. But because we're getting the fire point, so I want to make sure that when we do this, let's make sure that it's not null. And it should be this transform. Mm-hmm. And that's when I'm going to do this. I know this is overkill, but I don't even know if that needs to be serialized because that just needs to be hidden. And then you just change that true here. Just error checking. Kind of paranoid that way. Wait a minute. 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 I'm doing that right. Am I still doing that right for Unity, or am I thinking something else? I think I might be thinking of something else. Um, console. So yeah, debug dialog. I had a feeling I was wrong. All right, so we got all of those. Um, we want to make sure we get the rigid body. I need to create that then. Let's get the rigid body. So and that's going to be bullet, get component, that'll be a rigid body 2D. And then it should be bullet speed, right? Not set a bullet speed. I don't think I set a bullet speed. Yeah, I didn't set a bullet speed. Set a bullet force. Okay. I'll go back over here. It should give me a place to put inside the player. It should give me a place to put that projectile. Oh, probably not going to do that until I actually put the script on the player. I should be able to see that there. But I thought I made that. I thought I made it so that it's not public anymore. Oh no, I didn't. I mean, you can stay there for reference because that needs to be bullet. Usually body 2D should solve itself. So just make sure. Oh, he's running away. That did get the player fire point. It did get that. We just need to figure out why he's running away. Probably shouldn't have a 5 for movement speed, should he? Mm, no, something is causing him to move though. Is that it? I don't know if that's it. I don't think that's it. Is it because I used to? Hey, no problem. Have a nice evening. This is one. Should I be using? Something's got it moving. Player fire point doesn't have anything. Enemy, so it's the player. Player fire point doesn't have anything. The used by effector. It's continuous collision detection. Start awake. Only body type. You shouldn't be moving on. Are you serious right now? So gravity scale, main camera should be holding place. Yeah, because it was definitely the player that's moving. Is it having force applied to it? Yeah, because the camera's staying in the same place. Everything else was right. It's not falling. Or wait, he might be falling. No, it's going X and Y. Because he didn't go anywhere. But it doesn't really matter if that does anything. But something is not right here. I'm sure we said that before. For him, it should still be there. Should still be there. Is it that it doesn't like that I used velocity instead of linear velocity? Velocity, velocity, linear velocity. Let me just make sure. Yeah, should be using linear velocities. All right, Bella, we'll go out in a second. Onyx, we will go out in a second. Stop. Good girl. Stop. Linear velocity. Okay, we'll go outside. Give me a second. Oh, that's why. Too easy. Bet that fixes it. That'll fix your wagon. Hey, you still. Did I not fix it in the right place? Canceled, canceled. Well, that was aiming, so that shouldn't have changed it anyway. the fire department ready for this. That doesn't make any. Oh, yeah. Okay, I get it. So yeah, I did it right. Just facing right. Um, um, mhm. Because the other one is this one. Return it. Hmm. Mhm. Mm-mm.
There's something plugged in that's making it. Wait a fucking minute. Okay, that's probably a problem. Um, why is it saying that there's a pin? Like, it doesn't make any goddamn sense. Because it's not that. And it's not, well, something's applying a force to it. course you can't. Something's applying force to it. You're just close enough to nudge him now, right? So what is it doing? It's applying the speed. It's applying the speed.
Was the backup. You said he was getting some number one reps. Is that true with Shedeur?
No. I mean, with a young quarterback with Dylan starting, you want to make sure he gets a lot of the reps. Different when you have a veteran like Joe, I would tell you, Tony. But still getting reps in a bunch of periods.
Was the backup. You said he was getting some number one reps. Is that true with Shedeur?
No. I mean, with a young quarterback with Dylan starting, you want to make sure he gets a lot of the reps. Different when you have a veteran like Joe, I would tell you, Tony. But still getting reps in a bunch of periods.
Was the backup. You said he was getting some number one reps. Is that true with Shedeur?
No. I mean, with a young quarterback with Dylan starting, you want to make sure he gets a lot of the reps. Different when you have a veteran like Joe, I would tell you, Tony. But still getting reps in a bunch of periods.
Was the backup. You said he was getting some number one reps. Is that true with
animals that are much meaner than you think. This Oreo horse is a menace. Male zebras will sight-wipe any babies and then beat and bully any pregnant females to force them to miscarry. This equality donkey will proceed to catch another charge by forcing itself on her. You might be wondering why we never tried to ride zebras. Simple. They'd kick your lights out if you even tried to approach them with a saddle because this tiger pony has rage issues. Penguins are sins with wings. Their moral rap sheet includes adultery, prostitution, child abuse, and cell block D'ing each other. But the worst crimes are the ones they commit on children. Penguin mothers that lose their chick will fill that vast empty void inside them by stealing someone else's baby. But I guess the void isn't that empty because after a couple days they'll abandon a newly adopted chick to either starve or become a feathery popsicle. Also, these tuxedo chickens will stick their phallus in anything, and unfortunately, penguin chicks are anything. Squirrels are vicious baby-faced psychopaths. Male red squirrels will erase any babies he sees, sometimes squad-wiping an entire generation. The murder rodent will cannibalize the children and shoot a shot at the tragedy-stricken mother in an attempt to recreate the family that he just took off the census. They are not